Oh no. Oh no. Hello, and welcome to Syberia 3. The game that I've been waiting for like 13 years or something like that. It's finally here. Well, it's been here for a couple of months now, I think. But I had to finish my Syberia 1 and 2. Oh god. Oh, it's already dropping frames. Syberia 1 and 2 playthrough before we got into this. And now here we are. And there are many red flags. So I did a little bit of testing, like checked if I can even record this game, and I'm not sure I can. We'll have to see. I might honestly have to like drop the game at some point. But many red flags right away. So first off, this game is apparently a Unity port from a console game, or maybe it's Unity on console as well, I don't even know. But it's a Unity game, and it's from a console game. Syberia 3. If that's what I read. I actually should have looked this up and, like, confirmed it, because it might not be true. But if that's true, Syberia 3 was developed for consoles. A point-and-click series. Syberia, what the heck is up with that? Oh boy. Second red flag, autosaves. There are no save slots at all. You just have one single save, and you can't choose when you save. You just have to let the game save for you. What on earth were they fucking smoking? I don't understand. This makes no sense for a Syberia game. What the hell? Thirdly, I have heard a lot of people complaining about bugs and crashes and performance, and I haven't even, like, looked into it, because I didn't want to get spoiled on anything, and unfortunately I did get spoiled on a pretty major plot point, which is too bad, but oh well. I still don't know how that, like, ties into the story, so I guess it's fine. I didn't, like, get any details or anything like that. But even just from a glance, everyone is complaining about bugs and crashes and stuff like that, which is also why I'm recording in OBS instead of DxTory, which I think is a little bit more... It probably looks a bit better and feels a bit smoother for me anyway on DxTory, but if there's going to be a bunch of crashing and bugs and having to restart the game because it, like, soft locks or whatever happens, I did run into, like, just from testing it for half an hour for recording, I think I ran into a bug that made it impossible to progress until I restarted the game, which was weird. So because of that, I'm using OBS because it, like, records in a session instead of just the process itself, so I can hopefully handle crashes and stuff like that a bit better. But I don't know if it's gonna look alright at all. But I don't think it's gonna be a problem, because OBS or DxTory won't be the problem with the game, it's the performance. So I did test it out, and it just seems bad. Very bad. There's a bunch of stuttering, random frame drops, poor performance overall, and it doesn't even seem to be, like, performance based on your hardware. So it doesn't seem like it's because my hardware is worse, because it doesn't actually matter if I'm recording or not, or having other stuff running, or what. Nothing matters, it's just like, that's how the game runs, I suppose. I don't even know. We'll just have to get into it, and I want to try it out. I want to give it a shot. Trust me when I say that I'm not going into this wanting to hate this game. I want to love it. I want to like this game a lot, but just from, again, testing for like 30 minutes, there were so many things, just glaringly obvious things that were just wrong to me that... I don't know what to say, but yeah, we'll just try it out. Also, I did notice that I don't understand their naming sense. Why did they name Syberia 1 is just called Syberia, nothing else. Syberia 2 is called Syberia II, Roman numerals. Then Syberia 3 comes along and it's a fucking 3. What the heck? Decide on a fucking pattern and stick to it. Doesn't make any sense. So that's why I'm gonna write Syberia 3 with a number instead of 3 in Roman numerals. Gosh darn it. But yeah, let's get into the game. I'm sure I have a lot more to complain about when we get into it, but let's like check out the menus and start the story, and we'll see how far I get today, or if I even can survive this one episode. So, at least they have like mouse control in menus, so that's cool, I suppose. Apparently, there have been 2 major updates since the game came out, and everyone was complaining about bugs and crashes. So apparently they have fixed quite a bit of the bugs, and quite a bit of the crashes and stuff like that. I've even seen a couple of frame rate improvements in certain areas, but it didn't really seem to matter for the first area for me, or the game in general, but I don't know. We'll see. But at least they are sort of working on it, and that's good. That's very good. I don't know if maybe I should have held off even longer. We might see if it ends up being unplayable at some point. I might just leave it and either hope that I can beef up my computer at some point, or that they fix the game and make it play better. But yeah, before we jump in... Wait, if I hit load, is it gonna just... No, yeah, it just shows one single game. I don't think you can... Maybe it does save more than one, because yeah, this is like right at the start. I just had to like try out moving to like 2 different areas just to see if it recorded alright. But options menu, or options wise, there's not a lot here. There's no video settings whatsoever, or there are no video settings, because again, the game is a Unity game, so it only has that Unity pop-up resolution and fast, beautiful, good presets, which makes so little sense. There's no way to set like VSync off, or the frame rate cap, or quality, or anti-aliasing, or shadows, or anything like that. Everything's just tied to these blanket terms, and it's bad. So in game options, you have a bunch of settings. Sorry for cutting, there's probably going to be a bunch of cuts in the intro here. Always mess up on the intros. So in game options, you can select the difficulty, which is kind of interesting. So there's a voyage mode and an adventure mode. Voyage was the default, but I changed it. So Voyage is you play for the story and you want additional visual clues. So you get tutorial messages at the start of the game, activates visual aids that explain the controls you can use. Which, I mean, seems like a pretty good idea to me to get tutorial messages, but apparently that's not what a true Syberia fan should do. Odd. Reminder of objectives. That just, like, tells you, I guess. I wonder if that's, like, when you load into the game, or... I don't know. I think you can still press a button to just show the objective. I think you can toggle all of this whenever you want in the game, so it's fine to leave it off or on, but it's just kind of weird that this is, like, the difficulty mode. There's just... I don't know. Dialogue notifications, activate system messages that indicate the consequences of your choices, and actions. Oh, so it's like, yeah, I've noticed this game is very similar to, like, Telltale games with a whole dialogue system, and I guess there's, like, you say something and it says, they will remember that you said that, kind of thing, and if you turn that off, you don't get that, which I don't think I want. Then there's type of inventory. With contextual menu, you get the interaction zones for objects in your inventory are highlighted by default with a contextual action icon. Okay, so I guess if you go somewhere and then you open your inventory and you can use an item, it would just, like, shine or something. And if you have... Hey, hello? There we go. Manual. The inventory must be opened manually for you to see the interaction zones for the objects in it, which are invisible by default. Oh, so maybe I didn't run into a bug. Okay, we'll get to that. I think I didn't run into a bug. I'm not even sure we'll get to that today, because this is taking a while. Don't know why you would want... I didn't even see that there was any camera control. Maybe there are some sections that have camera control? I didn't see it, so I don't know how you would invert the y-axis. Subtitles at least, that's good. And then there's text and voice language, which is good. You can change these around. They were pretty well fleshed out, gotta say. So props for that, I suppose. That's a good thing. But I'm just gonna set it to adventure mode, so turn everything off, and if I need help, then I'll turn stuff on. Again, credit where credit is due. Audio options are very, very good. You have the overall volume slider. You have sound effects, you have voice, you have music, and you can select if you want to play it in headphones or speakers. The, like, configuration. Really, really good. Nothing to complain about here. At least they know how to do audio settings right, because many times people just ignore the sound effects or overall volume. Like, you'll have sound effects, voice, and music, but not overall. So you have to tweak them all, like, individually to get to the same kind of base level. But yeah, it's nice. It's good. So, again, props. Controls, you can't rebind them, but I don't know why you would want to, really. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Well, most of it. However, they actually did have an update very recently where they changed everything. Like, they added a complete mouse-only input mode, which is what I guess most of these controls are about. So before that update, apparently you had to use W, A, and D to move around and interact and stuff, or you could use your mouse, like, look at things, but you had to move with W, A, and D. Now you can actually use the mouse to, like, move around and click on things to walk to them and stuff, which you couldn't do before, as far as I understand. So they have changed it around to be a little bit more similar to Syberia 1 and 2, which is good, but again, the two updates they've had have been very slow since the release, and I don't know if they're planning on doing more or not, so maybe in the future this game will be even better than it is now, but I don't know. Also interesting to note, Shift, apparently if you're talking to someone, you can press Shift and get Kate's thoughts. I didn't try that out, so we'll try that out. And what does that say? This is, like, so hard to read. I think it says backspace, like B space. Oh, that's probably really blurry because I have it on good instead of beautiful in the preset. I didn't realize it would, like, blur that. That's odd. I wonder what else it blurs. I think I should just have it on beautiful. It doesn't seem like it makes a difference to the frame rate or stutters or anything. But yeah, then you can, like, do a bunch of other stuff. This is pointless, but anyway, you can go in here and check the controls anyway, or any time you want, even if you're playing on adventure mode. So, with that said, I guess we'll just jump in and at least play, like, a little bit. Another major issue, though, is that I've already watched the intro and all the dialogue, because you can't skip cutscenes in this game, and you can't skip dialogue. I don't understand why you could in Syberia 1 and 2. Why are they locking you into it here? Oh man, so this is nothing new to me, but let's watch the intro. Oh, so it doesn't say, like, warning, you're overwriting your save. Or maybe they're gonna do that very soon. Nope. So wait, can you have multiple saves? Maybe it's like you can have multiple saves, but you can't control when you save? Something like that? So quick recap, we were last seen on Syberia, the island, where Hans rode off on mammoths. And we have no idea what happened to Kate, or if she's alive. I mean, obviously she's alive because we know she's the main character of the game. And there she is, with no explanation how she got there. And this is weird. They're moving more and more into, like, this sort of fantasy realm. Like, Syberia 2 did have the Yukuls, I guess, and they were, like... I mean, Yukis. They were not real creatures, but these things, those, like, animals are just super weird. So they're getting more and more into just fantasy beasts and odd stuff going on. Hey, there's a Yuki. I didn't even see that last time. Like, what is that thing? Syberia is getting less and less realistic, but I guess it was always kind of a slight, light fantasy game. And there's Kate, looking very much like Lara Croft from the Tomb Raider remake. I wonder if that was any major inspiration. I kind of feel like it for the design. They probably took some inspiration from that. Because she really does look like Lara a lot.
Three months ago, nomads found her dying in northern Syberia. Walker, Kate Walker, born in New York in the United States. She had an American passport on her. She showed up at the clinic last week. She's recovering. She's fine.
You're certain?
Oh, that was supposed to be
Okay,
like
fine.
actual lip sync? I thought she
You
was
have to
just
keep her
talking
there
over like
until
footage.
we arrive.
Oh god, that's not
I
good
will
lip
do what
sync
it
at all.
takes. You can count on me, Colonel.
Colonel? Oh boy. I'm actually lucky that I'm not recording with DX Story, because I don't have an FPS marker anywhere on the screen, so I can't, like, tell when it's dropping 5 frames or whatever, but I'm still noticing a bunch of stutters, so
Hello,
you'll
Kate
probably
Walker.
notice that too in the video. So now, can I just press shift and get her thoughts? I cannot. No?
Well, nothing to say?
Nothing to say, no. And that guy looks like the kid from Up, but he has the voice of an old man. Let's just wait a bit longer.
You can talk to me, Kate Walker.
How
have
do you know
nothing
my
to fear
name?
From me.
So do we say hello? Or do we say who are you? Again, very much like a Telltale game. It seems
Is
like it's
everything
more...
all right, Kate Walker?
Yes, thank you. It seems like it's more like that kind of thing than it is actually Syberia. I mean, I guess you did have dialogue options in Syberia as well, but not in the same way.
Well, nothing to say?
Let's say hello.
Hello.
My name is Kirk, Kate Walker. Kirk of the Yukol tribe. Do you remember the Yukols?
I do. You have a severe case of baby face.
Where are we? My memory's all mixed up. There was a terrible blizzard with snow and ice. And then
I also don't know if that's actually Kate's voice
we are in the
actress.
clinic of Dr. Zamyatin.
She sounds very
in
similar,
the
so it
town of
might be.
Valsambor.
How did I end up here?
We Yukols migrate with our snow ostriches to the sacred
Snow
land.
ostriches, huh?
It's a long journey. A very special journey. 1 month ago, we found you dying on a riverbank there in the north. We took you in and our shaman cared for you. Afterwards, we continued our journey.
This
And
voice
today,
just does
we are
not
both
match that
here to
face.
finish getting better.
And yeah, massive frame drops. God damn. Oh man, it's so choppy. You poor thing. Why are you in hospital? Why are you in hospital? What happened? I mean, you poor
What's
thing is...
wrong, Kate Walker?
Shut up. You poor thing seems kind of meaningless. Why are you in hospital? I mean, obviously this is why he's in hospital, you idiots. I guess I'll just ask what happened.
You lost a leg.
It was an accident, you know. Some people don't like nomads like us. But don't worry about me. Dr. Zamyatin asked a master craftsman
Okay, that
from
didn't say
Valsambor
much.
to make me a new leg, and he's going to put it on me when it's ready. It will be like a brand new leg.
Really excellent lip sync. Yeah, there's still a bunch of like weird technology
you
stuff,
tied to
I
that
guess.
bed?
Beyond just Vorarlberg, which is
That was
cool.
the decision of Madame Olga, Dr. Zamyatin's assistant. She says I'm too restless, and it's the only way to make sure I get better. Apparently, it's going to take a long time to make my artificial leg. And in the meantime, my people are without a guide and are waiting for me, with the herd, so we can continue.
The herd. I'm assuming they didn't bother to like reanimate the lip sync for each language, because you have like 5 different spoken languages in the game or something like that. So I guess I can kind of understand why they made very exaggerated, like generalized movements with the mouth, if that's the case. But still, it looks really weird. So now we can just leave, but we can also talk about more stuff. So let's talk about migration.
Why do the Yukols make the journey?
My people live in symbiosis.
Seems like I
with
shouldn't
the
have talked
great
about
snow
that,
ostriches,
because you
Kate
just
Walker.
jumped straight in.
Their wool protects us from the cold. Their excrement feeds our crops, and their meat feeds us. They are also our mounts and beasts of burden.
Wait,
So we
snow
must follow
ostriches
them
or
wherever they
mammoths?
go.
And do they migrate because of the weather?
Because that's the
No,
same
Kate
as the
Walker.
mammoths.
They go to the sacred lands to reproduce. It is an event that only occurs a few times per century. For the Yukols, It is rare to be able to boast of having participated in more than 3 migrations during one's lifetime.
Okay, let's talk about... I wonder, so should I always talk about 1, 2, 3, and then 4?
If you don't mind
I
my
guess
asking,
so.
about your leg. What exactly happened to you?
Soldiers bombed the route we were taking with our caravan. For no reason. Just to frighten us and force us to turn back. I was a bit too close to the explosion. A piece of rock. That's it.
You mean the authorities did it on purpose? But why?
They think that the snow ostrich migration has no
Nice
place
teeth.
in today's world, and that my tribe should settle down once and for all. But we will never do that, Kate Walker. That would mean defying the spirits.
Settle
The
down by
Yukos fear the
bombing them.
spirits far more than the soldiers.
Good logic. I do like that you can actually select the things you want with a mouse, or you can use hotkeys. That is pretty neat.
The Yugels I've met didn't speak my language anywhere near as well as you. I'm very impressed.
From time to time, missionaries and merchants came through our village. I learned very quickly, Kate Walker. It's important if I am to guide my people.
I don't mean to be rude, Kirk, but aren't you a bit young for that?
Young?
The spirits do not take
He
age
sounds
into
like he's
account when they
50
choose a
years
chief
old.
for the Yukos. And the spirits are very wise. They do not make mistakes when they choose the one who will guide our people on the sacred migration.
Well,
Wait.
Kirk, I'm delighted to have made your acquaintance.
Wait, is he supposed to be a
I
kid?
guess I have to go tell the staff that I'm awake, I feel fine, and I have no intention of hanging around here.
Of course, Kate Walker. I'm sure someone will be in the yard. Maybe even Madame Olga.
Okay. And here we finally go. Gameplay. So, did they just, like, cast an actor for that guy? Like, is he supposed to be a kid? Like, 12 years old? Or maybe he's older? Maybe he's, like, at least late teens? I guess you can have a very dark voice then, but it looks really weird and sounds really weird. So now, we can move around. I'm probably not going to play too much more today, but we'll at least start a little bit. So, again, there is no, like, escape. I mean, there's an escape menu, but you can't save whenever you want, which I don't understand why. I do not understand any possible reason why you would remove that from a fucking point-and-click Syberia game. It makes no sense. Oh man, so I'm gonna have to do, like, a bunch of, what is it called? Backups? Like, manual backups, just to make sure. Apparently, you want to do that even if you're not recording, because, again, there have been some game-breaking bugs that make it impossible to progress and stuff. So, yeah, we'll deal with that as it comes, I suppose. So, the control scheme, like I said before, you can actually just hold down and walk like this, and she has a very stilted animation, and she can spin around, and the frame rate will drop, and then you can double-click to run, or jog. I guess she runs quicker the further away you click, which I guess is kind of cool. There's some frame drops for you. Yep, that's pretty much what we're in for. Oh dear god. But you can also use the W, A, and D keys if you want, and Shift to start running. So, as far as I know, that was the original method of movement in the game, and you couldn't use the mouse for anything else. Or, well, you could maybe, like, click on stuff, I guess, but you had to move with W, A, and D. So that's kind of cool. They added some options, but... yeah, oh man. Okay, prepare for the fact that I'm going to complain about the performance a lot, but probably more and more as we go on.
You should go for a walk in the yard, Kate Walker. That door leads right to it.
Okay, so let's open the door. But I'm sure you see where this is going.
What? Hello? Is anybody there?
Like, that just doesn't
I
sound
don't
like
think
Kate
anybody
at all.
heard you, Kate Walker.
But later on, she
Try
actually
using
does
the
sound
call
like
button
Kate.
that's located next to the door.
Boop it. Oh. Press it. Boop.
Nothing. It doesn't work, Kirk.
See, there she does sound like
I
Kate.
think I saw some of the staff using it the other day. Take a good look at the mechanism, Kate Walker. Maybe you can find a way to get it working again.
So here we go. And one thing I learned while testing out the game, you can actually move the mouse to the very edges of the screen to pan around while you're in this, like, inspect mode, which is really neat. I kind of wish you could do that with WASD as well, because why wouldn't you be able to? That would be cool if I could just, like, move my cursor around, but move the camera just independently, but oh well. So there's a screw
Bolt it
here,
tight.
and a note.
This diagram shows how to turn the call button on, but I can't do anything until I can get at the internal mechanism.
Search the room. I'm sure you'll be able to find something you can use to open it up with.
Thanks, Kirk. And there we go. So, first puzzle of the game. We have to fix a broken call button. But I think I'll just leave it there for today. Really not much gameplay, so come back next time if you want to actually see some stuff. And see more frame drops. Massive, massive frame drops. That's gonna be it for just a tiny look at the beginning. And oh boy, I don't know how this is all gonna work out. Thanks for watching! I hope to see you next time, because I hope I can keep playing the game. And I hope I don't have to just stop at some point. But it could happen. Oh, and now I have to continue playing, because there's no saving. It hasn't saved yet, so I need to keep playing until it saves, or redo what I just did, and rewatch the cutscene. So that's great. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!